Hi there, my name is Jason Tranter, the Managing Director and Founder of Mobius Institute, and I would like to tell you about IMVAC Australia, coming up this September on the Gold Coast in Australia. First, thank you very much for looking at this conference. We've really worked hard to put a conference together that brings the reliability and condition monitoring and especially the vibration analysis community together in one place to learn all about what's happening in our industry and learn more about the field in which we work. So, what's happening at this conference? The first piece of news is that we have David Parkin as a special guest speaker. Now, if you know anything about Australian rules football, you'll know who David Parkin is. If you're into rugby, maybe you won't know him so well. But anyway, David Parkin, he was a football player for Hawthorn. He's coached, he's played in premierships, he's coached premiership teams. He's a legend of Australian rules football, and now he's on TV and radio and all kinds of stuff. So I think he'll be a very interesting presenter for sure, and you'll get to meet him if that's what you'd like to do. Of course, we'll have lots of great presentations at the conference by all kinds of speakers, case studies, talking about new technology, a little bit about theory, workshops, presentations, extended presentations, interactive presentations where the presenter will ask you questions and through polling devices you'll answer and that sort of thing. Really cool stuff. But in addition to all of that, I'll be there too. I will be there giving some presentations, and I hope if you attend mine, you enjoy those presentations. So what I have in mind for the Australian conference is first I'll be doing a half-day workshop titled An Animated Introduction to Fluid Film Bearing Vibration Analysis. Now, if you are involved with machines with journal bearings like steam and gas turbines and big compressors and so on, you will especially find this interesting. We have tons of animations that explain, the measurements, the bearings, orbit plots, time waveforms, Bode diagrams, centerline plots, and rotordynamics and all that sort of thing. And even if you're not involved with those machines, even though we've got lots of other good competitive workshops at the same time, even if you're not involved with those machines, as a vibration analyst or anyone involved with condition monitoring and reliability, I hope you would find it very interesting. Now, the second presentation I'll be giving is a quick introduction to the other condition monitoring technologies. So hopefully you already understand something about vibration analysis, but what about ultrasound, infrared, oil analysis, wear particle analysis, and motor testing, voltage and current motor testing. They are all very important condition monitoring technologies, whether you use them or not. Whether you're involved in reliability or vibration or whatever, it's important to understand them all. And this is a special presentation. It actually spans 2 presentation time slots because there's quite a bit to go through. Of course, I'll be using all kinds of animations to explain the technologies and so on to really clarify what they do, the pros and cons, what sort of equipment they work on, and just how it all works together. So hopefully you'll find that interesting. And my third presentation is actually a keynote presentation, so if you're at the conference you can't avoid it. But it's really talking about how vibration analysts can make their work count, because even though we know how important vibration analysis is, how difficult it is, but how important it is that we get the diagnoses correct, not all of us actually get to deliver the greatest value we could, perhaps because of the way we generate reports or the way we communicate or how broadly we look at vibration. Do we look for the root causes of faults? Do we use it for acceptance testing and so on? Anyway, so I'll be exploring those topics in that presentation, so I do hope you will find it useful. Now, if you're not familiar with what IMVAC's about, let's just quickly talk about that. IMVAC that I keep saying is the International Machine Vibration Analysis Conference. And yes, at the heart of it is vibration, but it's certainly the other condition monitoring technologies and reliability improvement, but vibration's right at the center of it. So yeah, it's for vibration analysts, people who perform other condition monitoring, and when I say that, you know, it's alignment, balancing, lubrication, that sort of thing, and then reliability improvement. Now, why would you be interested in that? My feeling is that what we do is very important, but many of us only get to do, you know, the 1 or 2 training courses. If we really get advanced, we'll do the 3rd and get up to category 4 vibration or something like that over quite a long period. But there's no real opportunity to further our education, to increase our knowledge, to refresh our knowledge, to meet other people who do the same sort of job and who share the same frustrations and challenges, but who've also solved problems. And so we've created these conferences that we run, you know, in different countries around the world, different regions around the world, to bring us all together, to provide that additional education and so on. So we really hope people will get behind it and support it, because it really will help you in your career. So from a learning point of view, you know, it gives you an opportunity to refresh some of the things you did learn, and learn about new technology, you know, how things have moved on perhaps from when you did your training. Hopefully learn some new skills. Now, we've deliberately put in a number of workshops and presentations where, rather than you just sitting and listening, you interact. You are challenged by the presenter to solve problems. So it makes it more engaging, but you learn from that. You learn from making decisions, being challenged, being made to think. But you're not embarrassed through the process. You know, it's largely anonymous. You find out for yourself, you know, how well you did. So you'll see a number of presentations where it's interactive. The person will take you through a case study, and you'll make decisions along the way. Really a good way to do it. It's certainly good for socializing. You know, this is the opportunity to meet other people just like you, who work in plants like you, or maybe totally different plants, and you can, you know, learn about what it's like to work in a paper mill when you work in a power station or whatever. But it's, you know, they're people who share your passion. They're people just like you. We know there's other conferences out there, and they have different focuses. You know, this is about you and your world, and you'll meet other people who are also passionate about it. You'll learn about new technologies. I'm very happy to say that there's a lot of new things happening at the moment in our industry. Advances in our old technologies and whole new approaches coming along, and this is the place to learn about them. So I really hope to see you at the IMVAC Australia conference. See you there.